Welcome, gamers! Can a Samsung mid-range chip actually handle full PC games? Today, the spotlight is on the Exynos 1380 as we push it through 20 different titles using the GameHub emulator. We're skipping the talk and going straight into the results to see which games are actually playable and which ones push this hardware to its limit. Since we are locked into system drivers, we'll be relying purely on internal optimizations to get the best frame rates possible. Let's see what this silicon can do. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 brings epic shinobi battles to life, holding a steady 20 to 30 FPS on the Exynos 1380. The cinematic ultimate jutsus look great on this screen. Make sure to fine-tune your internal resolution to maintain a smooth flow during the most intense boss fights. The fourth great ninja war continues in Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, and this chipset manages a solid 30 FPS. The fast-paced combat stays surprisingly consistent throughout. Don't forget to adjust your container settings in the emulator to find the perfect sweet spot for those flashy combat effects. Assassin's Creed 2 takes us back to the Renaissance with a decent 20 to 30 FPS. Exploring Italy as Ezio feels quite immersive on this hardware. To get the best parkour experience through Venice, try tweaking your box 86 presets to ensure the frame rate doesn't dip in crowded city areas. Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate offers a gritty side-scrolling experience, running at a smooth 30 to 40 FPS. This processor handles the dark atmosphere and stealth mechanics with ease. Be sure to optimize your GPU rendering within GameHub to keep the action fluid while taking down enemies. Lara's 2013 survival journey in Tomb Raider GOTY is very playable, hitting 30 to 40 FPS. The environmental details look sharp on this chipset. For the most stable adventure through Yamatai, experiment with your graphical profile to balance visual fidelity and a consistent frame rate. Need for Speed Underground 2 is an absolute blast, reaching a flawless 60 FPS. This silicon handles the neon lights and rainy streets of Bayview perfectly. Since it runs so well, feel free to push the internal settings higher to enjoy this classic racing game in its full glory. PS 2016 delivers a great football experience at a fluid 40 to 50 FPS. This hardware makes every pass and goal feel very responsive. To ensure the stadium atmosphere doesn't cause any lag, fine-tune your environment variables in the GameHub menu for the best overall stability. The global biohazard threat in Resident Evil 6 stays around 20 to 30 FPS. This chipset captures the intense action sequences quite well. To keep the zombie slaying as smooth as possible, try adjusting your shader cache settings to prevent any stutters during fast-paced cutscenes. Dynasty Warriors 8 Xtreme Legends lets you mow down thousands of enemies at a solid 40 to 50 FPS. This processor handles the massive crowd counts impressively well. Finding the right balance in your container setup is key to keeping the hack-and-slash action fluid on this device. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 Gold Edition brings the Straw Hat Adventure at 20 to 30 FPS. This hardware renders the colorful anime style beautifully. To keep the flashy special moves from dropping frames, be sure to optimize your CPU affinity within the emulator's configuration. DeadPool is just as chaotic and hilarious as ever, running at a playable 20 to 30 FPS. This silicon does a decent job with the fast-paced combat. For a more consistent experience while breaking the fourth wall, don't hesitate to tweak your internal resolution scale for better performance. Devil May Cry 4 delivers stylish hack-and-slash action at a smooth 40 to 50 FPS. This chipset makes Dante and Nero's combos feel incredibly snappy. To maintain this high-end flow, check your rendering mode settings to ensure the flashy particle effects don't slow down the gameplay. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 lets you swing through New York at 20 to 30 FPS. This hardware manages the open-world city reasonably well. For a better swinging experience between skyscrapers, adjust your texture quality settings to give the GPU a bit more breathing room on the go. The original Assassin's Creed takes us back to the Holy Land with a steady 30 to 40 FPS. This processor captures the historical atmosphere quite well. Fine-tuning your box 64 configuration will help keep the horse riding and stealth assassinations feeling smooth and responsive. The infamously heavy GTA 4 is a tough test, running at around 20 FPS. This chipset is working hard to process Liberty City's physics. To make Nico's journey more manageable, you'll definitely want to lower the draw distance and find a configuration that prioritizes stability over visuals. GTA 5 Lite offers a much more accessible version of Los Santos, hitting 20 to 30 FPS. This hardware provides a decent open-world experience for such a massive title. Make sure to optimize your memory allocation in the emulator to keep the driving and shooting as fluid as possible. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion brings classic RPG exploration at 20 to 30 FPS. This silicon handles the world of Cyrodiil quite well to ensure no lag during intense magic combat or dungeon crawling. Experiment with your DXVK version within the GameHub setup for better results. Crymakina offers a unique mechanical aesthetic at a playable 20 to 30 FPS. This chipset does a good job with the stylized visuals and fast combat. Tweak your internal graphical presets to ensure the frame rate stays consistent during the more effects-heavy battle sequences. Subnautica lets you explore the alien depths at around 20 to 30 FPS. This hardware captures the beautiful underwater world decently. To keep the exploration smooth as you dive deeper, be sure to scale down your resolution just enough to maintain a reliable flow in heavy environments. Finally, Sword Art Online. Lost Song runs at a steady 20 to 30 FPS. This silicon handles the flight and combat mechanics well for SAO fans. Finding the right balance in your system settings will help keep the aerial battles feeling responsive as you soar through the floating islands. That wraps up our massive 20-game run on the Exynos 1380. It's clear that while some titles are a heavy lift, others like NFS Underground 2 and Devil May Cry 4 run like a dream on GameHub. It all comes down to how you balance those internal resolution and container settings. What did you think of the results? Drop a comment with the next chip you want to see analyzed. If this breakdown helped you out, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Catch you in the next one.